and we will go into questions. Just raise your hand, and I will call on you. Coach.
Appreciate our fans. Awesome sellout for homecoming, UT Martin, and obviously a great environment at the beginning of the football game. Great opportunity that we had an opportunity to celebrate homecoming, welcome back so many, obviously just former students, but a ton of VFLs for us, former players as well, and at the same time have an opportunity to celebrate the history of Title IX and really as much as anything also Coach Summit's legacy here at the University of Tennessee and everything that she did for Tennessee and women's athletics in general. So open it up for questions.
David Pascal.
Josh, can you talk about Princeton's all-around game and how much of that was was that this off-season, or did y'all consider that a year ago as far as the rushing and the passing for him?
Yeah, just a skill set that he's uniquely had and something that we worked on during the off-season, year or two, being more comfortable with our personnel, and obviously he did a really nice job today.
Adam.
Josh, some teams can sort of sleepwalk through games like this, but it seemed like your team had emotions in the game. Is that something they did naturally, something you had to pride on?
I thought, I said it late in the week that I thought our guys prepared the right way. The urgency of understanding, you got to be a consistent competitor. Emotionally, there might be a difference, from week to week, just in the energy inside the stadium, but your competitive nature can't change. I thought our ones did a really nice job all three phases of the game. Close on a couple of punt returns to actually breaking them, defensively defensively after the first drive, offensively for the most part consistent. I didn't think our young guys performed the way that I thought that they were capable of, and we talked a lot about everybody inside of our program taking a step forward. It's not that they didn't prepare the right way, but it's different being out there, and just because the guy in front of you makes a play doesn't mean that you're going to make it. So great opportunity for them to see themselves on film, to learn from it, and to get better, and we're going to need those guys as we go through the back half of this journey.
Karthik in the back.
Hey, Coach, how cool is it to see a walk-on redshirt freshman like William Wright get an interception in the game?
He's just one of our players. Awesome for him that he's paid the price, went through adversity, getting injured, has come back. He invested the right way while he was injured. It's a great lesson for everybody inside of our program. He's competed the right way, and then he gets his opportunity. Did a lot of really good things today, and obviously that pick early in the football game was a momentum turner.
Coach, Hendon set the record today for consecutive games with a touchdown pass, breaking Heath's shoulder. Just what's that say about him to do that in a short amount of time since he's been the quarterback here, and how big is that for this program as well?
Yeah, if I saw Heath before the game, if I would have known he was breaking it today, I would have gave Heath a little bit of grief before the football game. But just Hendon's consistency and growth from the time that he's gotten here, and you guys have seen it from the time that he's been able to be the starting quarterback. And it's a great lesson for everybody to continue to invest. The more you put into it, the more you get out of it. He's playing at an elite level right now, and excited, that he's playing that way, but just, how he handles himself and the maturity that he has, that's important for our football team.
Patrick.
Coach, you guys come on. Christian didn't play. Brandon gets hurt. Second drive. You're down there with Willie Wright and Deshaun playing. Just what can you say about those guys, and do you have an update on?
Yeah, obviously we got thinner. We were thin going into the game. Just felt like those guys, a week of rest would help them and benefit them on the back half. And then obviously Brandon's deal, he's going to be fine. Just felt like it was the right decision medically to hold him out here from that point of the injury, and should be ready to roll. Next guy up. And this guy took advantage of his opportunity and played really well. We got to continue to develop on the back end. We can be better. Today, a lot of that was after the first drive was with our young guys, and we need to be better.
D has shown some good things as a punt returner. He looks like he's settling in on defense.
Yeah, just a guy that just hasn't had a ton of opportunities. Injured most of training camp and early part of the season, obviously missing a bunch of time, and for him just continuing to play and get more comfortable and be better in just fundamentals, technique, eye discipline, and then let his athleticism take over from that.
Rob, then Austin.
Coach, Jalen he's one off the school record for touchdown receptions, not even November yet. Did you see him stepping up like this with Cedric out?
I mean, we thought he would perform at a really high level. I said that, and we thought that at the beginning of the season. Obviously, last week was a massive week. The last 2 or 3 weeks have been huge for him, and continues to play really good football. He's been great in everything that we're asking him to do. What I say that I saw him breaking the school record in touchdowns? I don't even know what the number is. What is it? Okay. I mean, I don't think you ever think about those things. You just think about the player himself, and he's had good opportunities, but he's been prepared to take advantage of those opportunities, playing at a really high level.
Patrick talked about D. It's 3 weeks in a row where he's kind of had a big punt return, kind of flips some field position. How big is that from that component of the game to have a guy back there that can do that?
It's huge because it changes the way the game's played. Field position, you end up in 4-down territory. It changes the momentum within the game. D's done a really good job of tracking the football, catching the football, being a really good decision maker back there. He's been electric when the ball is in his hands. He's got a natural feel for space, for leverage, and how to set up blocks. The other guys on that unit have stepped up their game too. I like the way the 10 other guys are performing too. Just their ability to fit in and play with great technique and do a good job of blocking.
Even with today's big win, Coach, is there anything you think the team needs to work on before next weekend?
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Fundamentals, technique, discipline, so many things in all 3 phases of the game. It's a constant evolution. Good teams get better throughout the course of the season. We got to continue to get better.
Jimmy West and Ben.
Josh, what did you think of Squirrel White's performance?
Thought Squirrel did a great job. Obviously, the middle of the football field, the slot position had a huge day. Jalen with 7 receptions, Squirrel with 5. Massive yardage from both of them. Just structurally how they played. Thought Squirrel from the jump did a really nice job. Read coverage the right way, and then went and made competitive plays. The deep ball, coming back to it and going up and high pointing it. He continues to get better in what we're doing.
A couple of quick things. One, how long did it take as when you looked at Princeton Fan as an option there, fullback or running back, to see that he actually maybe could do that? How long? Did it take a couple of days? How long did that take?
Us understanding that he came in that position, then just seeing him do it on air, in one day. His physical skill set that he had led you to believe that he could do that. But then seeing him actually, take a mesh, hand off, and be able to read things was pretty quickly.
Then with that slot position, I know that Bayless is obviously so important in that position last season to get Hyatt and now Squirrel some too to step in there and do that. What is it about that role that is so important and seems to have success in this offense?
Well, structures change and leverages change and how you want to attack them based on, how they're loading the box, whatever it might be. It's important that you have somebody that can operate and function in the middle of the field and apply pressure to the defense. And those 2 guys played really well today. Obviously, Jalen's played at a really high level all year long, and certainly, the last month of the season done a phenomenal job. And it's important that you have balance, that they can't just key on one guy. If it's just one guy in your offense, they're going to find a way to bracket, to roll coverage, and try to eliminate him from the game.
Josh, what did you think of Joe and Taven and how they operated the offense?
Some really good things, some things that, just as they watch the tape, that they can function at a higher level. Really small things add up to the big things at that position. All in all, pleased with a lot of it, but there's some things that we definitely can get better at.
Reese in the back.
Josh, when did you realize that Princeton Fan could heave a ball like that to Hyatt?
Yeah, knew that, certainly this summer, but even last year, and he's got the ability to throw it, so it was a special throw, actually. They were bringing pressure, the ability to get it out of his hands quickly and throw an accurate ball to Jalen down the football field. Big play.
David.
Josh, Brian Kelly late this past week on his radio show kind of caused a stir when he said that he thought instant replay was ruining football. I mean, there were a lot of replays out there today. I don't think anybody notices a 4-hour game when it's like last week, but do you have a view on that one way or another? Do you feel like sometimes replays make a game seem like it's forever?
Sure, the length of the game, right? But at the end of the day, don't we all want everybody to get as much right as you possibly can. Let the players on the field decide it, So, I think it's an important part of the game.
Anything else for Coach? All right. Thank you. We'll have players shortly.
Appreciate it, guys.